Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am talking about some disappointing products. I mainly have makeup, but I also have 2 skincare products and 1 hair care product as well. I usually film monthly favorites and fails, and I include products that didn't work for me in those videos, but sometimes I have so many that I just do a whole separate video. And if you guys are new to my channel, you will not just find positive reviews on my channel. I do share a lot of videos about products that I love, but I also think it's important to let you know if there are products that didn't work for me. I do recognize that products work differently for different people, so I try to share pros if there are any. That way, if you have a different skin type or maybe different preferences, the product could end up working for you. But as always, I will link some alternatives in the description box below if you guys want to know which products I prefer to the ones that I'm sharing in today's video. So let's jump into it, and I'll kick it off with a few e.l.f. products. So I've had this e.l.f. Daily Brush Cleaner in my collection for a while, and I've never really given it a fair shot. I've used it like once or twice, but typically when I am trying to switch between colors, instead of using a product like this, I'll just use like a color switch, which is something that you rub your brush on and it removes the shadow so you can use it again, or I'll just like fully clean my brushes with soap and water. Anyways, I decided to finally test this out. They claim that it removes makeup, dirt, and oil and just cleans your brushes between uses. They also claim that this product conditions your brushes. So the way that I would use this is that I would spray my brushes and then kind of wipe them off on a towel and let them air dry, and then I would use them to do my makeup that day. And I do feel like this product does remove makeup and it does kind of do like a quick clean, but the scent is so strong and overpowering that I can't use it. I'm not even somebody who is super sensitive to fragrance. Like, I can deal with a little bit of fragrance in my makeup, in my skincare. It's not ideal. Like, I don't particularly search for products with fragrance in them before I buy them, but it's not something that typically bothers me. But the scent of this product is so overwhelming. Even after my brushes dry and I'm using them, I can still smell it. I think the solution might be to use this product to quick clean your brush and then rinse it. And I'm sure if you do that, the scent won't be as strong. But if I'm going to do that, I'd rather just use like antibacterial soap and really clean my brushes. So for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Also, I went on the e.l.f. website to check the ingredients, and it's essentially alcohol, water, and fragrance. So I feel like you could probably create your own brush cleaner at home without the fragrance. A daily brush cleaner makes sense in my mind, but if they're all like this, I feel like I'd rather just wash my brushes like normal. Okay, this next product is something that I did touch on when I did my best and worst new drugstore products video. It is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. So this comes in a few different colors. It's $5, and I was so excited to try this out because in my mind, it was going to be a good alternative to the Maybelline Color Tattoos or the MAC Paint Pots, but obviously a good, affordable, cruelty-free option. This is not a creamy product at all. In fact, it's like a very, very dry product, and if you use your finger to like really warm it up, I do feel like it applies better than if you go in with a brush, and you can kind of pick the product up a little bit better, but as you apply it to your eye, it feels dry. You have to like really rub it in, and it kind of drags across the eyelid, and it's just not ideal for me. I'm starting to deal with like texture on my eyelids. As I get older, like my eyelids are not going to be as smooth, and I just require more of like a smooth primer overall. This one has a little bit of tackiness to it, which I know a lot of people do prefer when it comes to their eyeshadow primers. So I do feel like that part is nice because it will kind of grip onto your eyeshadow, but at the same time, I don't feel like it really does anything special for my eyeshadow. This product claims to extend the wear of your eyeshadow up to like 12 hours. It also claims that it will intensify the color, and that's definitely not the case for me. They also say you can use it on its own as like a matte eyeshadow color, but when I use this on its own, it creases on me. Like, you have to set it into place with eyeshadow for it to stay in place all day long if you have oily eyelids. So I don't think it works well. It was a fail for me. So recently I did remove my eyelash extensions, which I feel like I've mentioned in so many videos, but it's just weird for me because I'm able to wear mascara again, and I was so excited about that. There were a few mascaras that I had in a drawer that I was kind of saving for when I did remove my eyelash extensions, and this was one of them. This is the Ciate London WONDERWAND mascara. This one retails for $22. I think that I might have gotten it in a subscription box, but it's supposed to be like an all-in-one mascara that works well to give you volume and length, and it's supposed to be smudge proof and flake free. So I do feel like this mascara does lengthen my eyelashes, which is good. If you're somebody who just wants length out of your mascara, then I think you would enjoy this one. It does separate them pretty well, and I feel like it does lift them. I wouldn't say that it curls my lashes, but I do get really good length when I use it. The issue for me is that it does not give me any volume, and I have to have at least a little bit of volume because I do have very sparse, thin lashes. This mascara doesn't build well, and even if you look at it on the wand, it looks kind of clumpy. It just doesn't apply well to my lashes. On top of that, it's definitely not a smudge-free formula. I noticed a lot of smudging with this, and I don't feel like that's typically an issue for me because I do have pretty short lashes, but wherever my lashes hit, like the crease or like my brow bone, there was a lot of smudging by the end of the day. I also had smudging under my eyes. It didn't necessarily flake, but it seemed to come off. If you have oily eyelids or watery eyes, or your mascaras just tend to smudge on you, you're definitely going to want to skip over this one. I'm just like a drugstore mascara kind of person. I feel like whenever I try a high-end mascara, I'm always a little bit let down because there are so many mascaras that are affordable that perform really well. So if I'm paying like 2 or 3 times the price of a drugstore mascara, I feel like in my mind I expect it to perform that much better, and very rarely do I find like a high-end mascara that I'm just in love with. So I would not repurchase this one. I don't recommend picking it up. I also did not like the Ciate London Fierce Flicks liquid liner. I believe I got this in a FabFitFun box. This one retails for $19, and I do like trying new liquid liners. There are a few that I love. I feel like I have my favorites, but I'm always up for trying a new one, especially because the way that this one was described, it sounded perfect if you are a fan of doing winged liner. The design of this eyeliner is really nice. It is a felt tip liner, but I feel like it's very flexible for a felt tip liner. The tip is very tapered, so you're able to get like a very sharp winged liner look, but if you turn it on its side, it's a little bit thicker, so you can get like a very dramatic line across your eyelid. The problem with this eyeliner is not the design, it's the actual formula. It smudges so easily, it's almost instantaneous. Like if I start applying my eyeliner in my inner corner, by the time I get to the wing, the inner corner will have already smudged. I do have very watery eyes, so I feel like a lot of eyeliners will smudge on me, which is why I need like a waterproof, long-wearing liquid liner, but I really haven't experienced one that smudges as badly as this one in a long time. So I don't like this. It doesn't work well for me, and I just feel like there are so many other eyeliners that are better. The the ColourPop BFF liquid liner is $8, and that one stays in place really well. I wish that this product worked better because I love the applicator, but the actual formula just doesn't stay in place. So I think I've talked about this product in a few videos, but it is the Bite Beauty Changemaker Skin Optimizing Primer. I've tried all parts of the Changemaker line, the foundation, the powder, the primer. They do have 2 different primers. This one is meant for normal to oily skin, but they also have one that's good for normal to dry skin. I haven't tried that one, so I can only share my experience with the one that's meant for normal to oily skin, but this is not a primer that I recommend. It's pretty expensive. I mean, it is a high-end primer. When I use the Bite Beauty Changemaker foundation, my skin looks so smooth and so healthy, and it wears pretty well throughout the day. I do notice my skin gets a little bit oily at the end of the day, but it's not too crazy, especially for more of a like smooth foundation. It doesn't claim to be super mattifying, so I would expect that my skin would get a little bit oily, but when I use it with this primer, it breaks down on me so quickly. I actually did a Get Ready With Me where I tested out that foundation with this primer. If you want to see how it applied, I'll link it below, but it just started to break down on me. It enhanced wrinkles and texture and fine lines, and this primer, it's just not a great option to use with that foundation. I also wouldn't recommend using this primer with other foundations because it just feels like a very mediocre formula. They do say that it's supposed to kind of balance your skin if it's normal to oily, but it didn't mattify my skin. It didn't leave my skin looking very smooth. It didn't extend the wear of my foundation. It was just like a complete fail. I do have 2 different skincare products to talk about. Now, skincare is something that is so personal. I feel like we could have a very similar skin type. Like I have oily, acne-prone skin, I deal with redness, it's a little bit sensitive, and you could have the same skin type, but you could like completely different products. So I feel like kind of, just take this with a grain of salt, but I thought I would share a few that didn't work out for me. I'm in the middle of testing out a few Drunk Elephant products because I am working on a video where I rank all of them, but they keep releasing new products, so my video keeps getting pushed back. At some point, I'll just have to film it for you. But I did get this Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum in the mail. I think that I might have gotten it in like a holiday kit that they sent me. So I did get this in the mail as PR, but obviously I'll still tell you guys my honest experience with it. This is a product that I have tried in the past and it didn't work for me in the past, but because I got it again and it's been a while since I've tried it and I'm working on that video, I decided to try it out again and I've had the same experience with it. It's just not a product that works well for me. Now, when I used it in the past, I felt like maybe I was using it a little bit too often and my skin was super sensitive. So this time I decided to use it once a week and then I upped it to twice a week. And then I think eventually I got to like every other night. I don't know what it is about this product in particular because I've tried products that are very, very similar, but when I use this, it's almost like my skin looks worse the next day, and it's not a dramatic difference. So I'll wake up in the morning, I'll look in the mirror, and my skin looks fine, but if I'm wearing makeup that day, that's when I notice the biggest difference. And I just feel like my skin looks a little bit more textured. The products are kind of enhancing fine lines and pores, and this product for some reason, for whatever reason, just doesn't seem to work well for me. So thankfully, I have found some good alternatives that work better, that are more affordable, so I'm not too heartbroken over the fact that this didn't work for me. My mom actually loves this product, so I'm just going to pass the rest of this along to her. But, you know, my previous thoughts on this product remain the same. It just doesn't work for me. So I did receive this product in the mail as PR. I think I was actually out of face wash. So I decided to put this one to the test and see if it would work well. It is from Too Faced. It is the Hangover RX Wash the Day Away Gentle Foaming Cleanser. So the first 2 weeks that I used this, I was using it at night and also in the morning. And I just found that it wasn't cleansing my skin very well at night. I actually remove all of my makeup before I go in with a cleanser. So I don't really rely on my face wash to cleanse my skin of makeup, but I noticed that if I had any makeup left over, this product didn't really remove it. So it kind of made me wonder how well it was actually cleansing my skin if it couldn't even remove leftover makeup after already using like a makeup remover. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll just use it in the morning. So I switched to using it in the morning on and off for like 2 months because I didn't want to waste it and I figured I would test it out, and I just felt like over time it wasn't doing anything for my skin. My skin started breaking out, and obviously there are so many different factors that can go into it, but I just felt like it wasn't cleansing my skin like I needed it to. When I switched back to my favorite Dermalogica cleanser, my skin cleared up quite a bit. So I feel like this product is just not heavy duty enough for me. It's a very, very gentle cleanser. It does foam up and it has like a really interesting fluffy texture. So if you're somebody who doesn't wear a lot of makeup and you have very sensitive skin, you might actually enjoy the texture of this product because it is so gentle. It has a really nice scent. It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like a marshmallow scent. I just feel like I need something a little bit more heavy duty. So I wasn't a big fan of this product for that reason. So Covergirl released quite a few new products recently, and I have enjoyed a lot of them, but they did release these cooling glow sticks, which are supposed to be like really pretty illuminators that have like a nice cooling effect to them. And I just can't get them to work well for me. When you swatch these products on your hand, they look amazing. They have the most gorgeous glow, and you can build them up to look pretty intense. They seem to blend out well and they dry down and they just look so pretty, but they don't look like this on my face. I've tried layering these on top of like a tinted moisturizer, on top of a powder, on top of a regular foundation. No matter what I do, they look so heavy on the skin. Almost like when you first swatch these, I'll show you guys up close. I'll swatch them before I blend them out. And when you do that, you can tell the product is a little bit heavier, a little bit thicker, and it just doesn't sit on the skin that well. Now, when you work it in and blend it in, it looks fine, but it doesn't look like this on the face because if you layer it on top of any sort of product, whether it is like a super lightweight tinted moisturizer or a powder, it almost like clings onto the product and just looks very heavy. I really don't recommend it. I just think there are so many good liquid illuminators, cream highlighters that work better than these, and I wanted them to work well because they're very, very pretty, but they don't seem to work that well. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the Ouai Hair Care Leave-In Conditioner. I used up quite a bit of this product. In fact, I used up almost, well, at least half of it because at first I thought I loved it and I did enjoy a few different parts about this product, but in the end I felt like it was drying my hair out. I really require very moisturizing products. My hair just feels very dry overall. It always has. I struggle with dryness, and on top of that, I use quite a few different heat tools on my hair every week. I just like to heat style my hair. I love curling it, I love straightening it, so because of that, I just require products that are very moisturizing. And at first, this one felt great. A lot of leave-in conditioners are very liquidy. They almost feel like you're applying water and like soaking your hair. When you spray this one onto your hair, I don't know if you guys can tell, like looking at the bottle, it's a little bit of a thicker cream. It's not exactly a cream. It's kind of like a hybrid between a spray and a cream. It's a little bit heavier. So I felt like it was conditioning my hair. It also detangles so well. My hair gets so easily knotted no matter what I do. I can brush through my hair before I get in the shower, and when I get out of the shower, it's so tangled. It's always been like that no matter what I do. So I loved the fact that this product kind of coated my hair and allowed me to detangle it so quickly. And I felt like it was nice. I felt like it was doing a lot of great things for my hair, but over time, I felt like it was definitely drying my hair out. The reason I realized that is because I don't switch up a lot of my hair care products. So when I switched to this product and I noticed after like a month or two that my hair was feeling really dry, I definitely attributed it to this, because when I switched back to my go-to like leave-in conditioner, I felt like my hair went back to normal. The other issue is that because it is a little bit of a thicker, heavier product, I do feel like it can weigh your hair down very easily. So if you have very thin hair or fine hair, you will see a difference and you will notice that your hair looks pretty weighed down on days when you use this product. Okay guys, that is the end of my video. Like I said, I will link some alternatives in the description box below in case you guys are curious to know which ones I like better than these. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye.